Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be talking all things money for the month of April. So if that is of interest to you, then please keep watching. So every now and again, I throw in these little segments where I just basically share what we have that's upcoming and what is basically going through my head as I'm trying to set up the budget for the new month. So regarding the month of April, all I know as of right now is that, first of all, we get back into town on the 31st. So we will be in town for all of the month of April, which we don't go out of town that much. We just so happen to be going out of town this upcoming week, this weekend? No, next weekend. But we will be back on the 31st. So in April, I have 2 weeks off of work for my spring break. My husband has 1 week off of work for spring break, happens to be during one of my weeks, of course. One of my favorite things to do is to go to look for events, specifically free or cheap events, and then I will just add them to my calendar and they will just live in my calendar on whatever date that they're supposed to be taking place. And I like doing that because it kind of gives us something to do, obviously, if we do go and do those things. But I like to just put them on the calendar in the event that maybe we wake up one Saturday or whatever and we do want to go out and about, then we can kind of just reference our calendar for that day to see if there are any events going on. I just like to take a couple hours. Okay, a couple hours is probably dramatic, but maybe 30 minutes or an hour or something just before the month starts to just go through and just see what all events are happening in our area that we might want to participate in, especially if they're cheap or free, like I was mentioning. So I have a few of those on our calendar for April. We have been dibbling and dabbling in HelloFresh. I think we will get HelloFresh the first 2 weeks of April during the spring breaks, because I feel like that would be appropriate because we have more time to cook and all that, and that works out well. I don't think cooking the HelloFresh meals takes a long time. It's just that whenever we purchase them, we only get them to serve 2. And so basically we have to keep cooking. Whereas let's say we're cooking lasagna, we're going to cook a big enough pan or whatever that we can eat on it for days and we don't have to cook. And that's what we do pretty much throughout a regular work week because we don't want to spend every evening cooking. So that's something that's happening in April. So I think we'll do it for 2 weeks and then not do it for the last 3 weeks. It's obviously tax day. So we have not filed our taxes at the filming of this video, but like every other year, we are anticipating owing several thousands of dollars. So we'll just pay it by April 15th. I actually have plans to, when we get back from the trip, sit down on the 1st of the month on April Fool's Day and just get everything situated with the taxes, because the difficult part comes in with the whole business, social media, YouTube stuff, the W-2s that we get from our jobs and all that. That's pretty simple. So everything else makes it a little bit more intricate. And so because I do all of my bookkeeping, I'm the one who has to produce all of that information and go through and find all these 1099s and all the stuff that all the brands and people have sent to me in an effort to file my taxes. So I will do that probably the 1st of the month. I do have an eye doctor appointment in April. I am anticipating having to pay a small copay for that. I am going to do a laser hair removal touch-up. That's pretty much it. Nothing else is really standing out. Just the normal bills, offering, just the normal type of stuff that we do each and every month. The only thing, one thing is both of our cell phone bills are due in April. So we are going to have to pay those. And I guess this might be an appropriate time to tell you about who I am partnering with for today's video. We have Mint Mobile, and we've had Mint Mobile for years. We have not had any dealings with Big Wireless for several years. I just don't see the point in paying all that money. There's no way I am paying a whole bunch of money for some cell phone service. So that is why I discovered Mint Mobile, or that's how I discovered Mint Mobile a couple years ago, and we have not looked back. Mint Mobile offers the speed, coverage, data, mobile hotspot, and all the other service needs that you could possibly fathom for as low as $15 a month. They're built on the nation's largest 5G network, and they are able to keep costs as low as they're able to keep them by cutting out the middleman and selling directly to you online. So they cut out the retail stores and the salespeople. Switching to Mint Mobile is easy, and you can get started within minutes from the comfort of your own home. For us, I will say it legitimately took maybe 5 minutes for each of us to get started with Mint Mobile. Now, before you go out and switch, because you know, $15 a month sounds like a pretty good gig, but before you go out and switch, I do want to let you know that Mint Mobile can send you a 7-day kit or a free trial so that you can test the waters, test the service, and that's what I did. Mint Mobile does have a special offer right now for new customers. For new customers, you can choose any plan for just $15 a month, and yes, this does include the unlimited plan, which typically is not $15 a month. It is normally more. So you could get an unlimited plan right now for as low as $15 a month. But you do have to purchase at least a 3-month plan if you want to take advantage of that, which we'll talk a little bit more about how that works once we get into the budgeting portion of this, and I will share with you how we pay our bills. To get started, you can click the QR code here or go to the link in my description box. And if you've already made the switch, tell me about your experience down below in the comment section. Thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering with me on that portion of today's video. Now let's talk about this April budget. Okay, let's talk financial plans, well, goals, to-dos, and tasks. By the way, I have made it officially 14 months with doing my own nails. So I spent about $125 on supplies last January, and I haven't looked back. I've been doing my nails myself since last January, and I have saved myself lots of money, as you can imagine, because I could easily be paying $100 per appointment, and those appointments take place every 2 to 3 weeks. So you can do the math on how much money I have saved. So I just wanted to throw out that. But in April, we got a couple things we need to do. One, I have on here to pay for my clinical exam. That is because it's time for me to pay for my clinical exam. I have to take it this summer. It's one thing that is probably going to come in to fruition now rather than when I had it on the list all those other months. We want to save a minimum of $1,500, invest 15% of our paychecks, pay our monthly credit card bill, save $245 for sinking funds, and with our sinking funds, we basically save up for the bills that we pay on a non-monthly basis. So we have bills that we pay annually, and bills/subscriptions that we pay annually, quarterly, and semi-annually. So we just save up for those each month. As an example, we pay car insurance every 6 months, and typically it's like $1,000, somewhere around there. So we typically divide 1,000 by 6, and then we save that amount each month until it's time to pay our car insurance, which we will pay the next one in June, and then we normally pay the one after that in December. So every June and every December, for as long as we've been married, we have been paying our car insurance. Next up, I need to turn in my mileage for work. I have on here pay cell phone bill because that's unusual, so I wanted to remind myself of that. I have on here buy my friend a birthday gift, ? Buy Ratchet Bingo tickets, ? That's an event that's happening in May. I kind of want to go, but I've gone to one before. So if the stars align for us to go, we'll buy tickets. Otherwise, no. Book our summer vacay, which we have enough credit card points for a few nights in my favorite city in all the land. So I think we are going to take advantage because I have not been there in years. I also need to pay my laser hair removal fee. I booked the appointment at my appointment that I had in March. So I'll just have to pay my fee after they're finished with zapping me. And it's $19.90. I also have on here purchase a flight for my niece. She normally comes down in the summer, and I just so happen to be looking at tickets right now, and they're dirt cheap. So I'm thinking if she is going to come down, I need that to be set in stone by April so I can go ahead and purchase that flight, assuming I'm the one to purchase it, because it's currently affordable. Next up, I have to schedule our CPA appointment to get our taxes done, pay our taxes, pay my eye doctor copay. I already talked about that. Pay a medical bill. Oh, I have copay from when I went to the doctor for my annual checkup. It's $24, so I need to pay it. Normally I just pay it when I go back to the doctor, but I'm realizing at this point I don't go back to the doctor for a while, so I need to pay that. And then my district doesn't have the funds to send us anywhere, but specifically to this conference that they used to pay for us to go to each year. So I'm still thinking of going because I felt that it was appropriate given the work that I do. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to buy my own ticket. And I think the conference is in April. So I'd either be going there or I may do it virtually. I guess I should probably do it virtually because otherwise I'm going to have to take a trip away for a weekend and I don't really care to. So I'll probably do it virtually, and then maybe my coworkers might want to do it virtually too, and then we can get together and do it. But that's pretty much all that's coming down the pipes for April and everything that I was mindful of for April. And again, I kind of built out that list based on everything that I knew and was anticipating happening in April. The thing is that always gets me every single month is that I'll have this plan going into the month and the budget and everything looks good per that plan, per what I'm expecting to happen. And then I'll have people like this month in March, I got invited to, well, first of all, we ended up hosting hosting family and friends longer than we expected. So that brought a little bit, we spent more money because of that. I got invited out with my coworkers for a Thirsty Thursday dinner kind of thing. I went with my other coworkers 2 or 3 times to lunch for different reasons. We were having like working lunches and we don't work together and none of us have an office. So we have to basically just try to find a meeting spot. And oftentimes that's around lunchtime. So we're like, let's just meet for lunch and work through lunch. And anywho, the moral of the story is it always looks good. And then the month gets here and then we're invited to different things. And then I'm like, okay, I guess we're about to spend more money than anticipated. Anyway, let's talk about how we are planning to spend our money in the month of April. By the way, I'm sharing real numbers. I feel like I haven't shared that in a while, and that it's what's understood doesn't have to be explained, but you might not understand that. So I thought that I would explain it and that I should mention it. On the 1st of the month, we will pay our gym bill for $62. That's a membership for the both of us at what I would probably consider to be the best gym here. So not too shabby. Car payment is $314.34. We do technically own 3 vehicles, but one is financed. So paying that off. We are going to pay our electricity bill at $157.59. Let's just move this, shall we? I'm using my iPad, but then I don't want it to mess with because then it'll mess with my stuff and I don't want that. My lighting, and it'll bother me. Next up, we have internet. That is $80.30 per month. We now have lawn care / pest control. We used to have a company do pest control for $51 a month. Now we have a company who does lawn care and pest control, and we pay them $80 even. So basically, we're paying some folks $30 more to do our lawn care, which sounds like a no-brainer to us because our lawn could use some care. Our mortgage is $1,611.23. So let's talk about phone bills. My phone bill is due. My husband's is due. Both of them are on the 3-month plans. So I'm currently on a 12-month plan. My cell phone bill was paid up for a year last April. So that's ending in April. Coming up in April, it'll end. But now I have switched to a 3-month plan because I have $120 worth of credit. That's because people have family, friends, maybe even some of you guys have signed up using my referral link, and that has given me credits on my account. So I happen to have 120, which is the exact amount that a 3-month plan is, a 3-month unlimited plan. So that being said, my cell phone is going to be free because I have enough credits for the next 3 months. I won't have any more credits after that unless some more credits fall from the sky. So in 3 months beyond April, I will be prepared to pay my cell phone bill at that point, if that makes sense. Now, speaking of my husband's cell phone bill, we normally pay his every 3 months. So his is due again. We have paid his every 3 months for as long as I can remember. And there's really no rhyme or reason to it. The reason for it, I mean, there's really no serious rhyme or reason for it. It's just that if I have credits, I'll try to use those. Or last time I had some credits and that made my, if I would have done the unlimited plan for 12 months, that was gonna make my bill, I think $240. And then I already had $120 of credits. So then it only was gonna be $120 for me to have cell phone service for a whole year. So we just paid it up for a year, if that makes any sense. But you can do every 3 months. You can do a 3-month plan, 6-month, 12-month plan, whatever you want. You can do all of that through Mint Mobile. Ours just, there's discrepancies because if I have credits, then I will take advantage of that whole operation. For our water and sewer bill, we don't have that yet. So we're going to guesstimate at $70. My student loan is going to be due again at $441.97. I was in an administrative forbearance, but I'm out of that. And it didn't even last but like 3 weeks. So I was thinking I wouldn't pay a student loan payment in April, but I'm out of that forbearance and my bill is back due in April on the 21st. So I do have to pay my student loan in April. My husband's student loan bill will be due the same day at $73.42. Amazon Music is $16.99. Security for our home, $52.14. Life insurance for the both of us, $42.19. Pets, our pet plan is $63.55. That covers stuff for our dog, is basically like insurance. Netflix is $11.99. Our phone bill for my husband is going to be $130.86. It's actually $120, like I mentioned, but with taxes and fees, it normally comes out to be $130.85 or $130.86. So we are preparing to pay $130.86. For shopping, we are going to budget $1,500. That is just based on what April is currently looking like. If we were traveling in April for sure, or if we were doing it, hosting or this or that, or the third, I would budget more than $1,500. But it's just based on what it's looking like right now, I'm going to budget $1,500. That would cover gas for our cars, food, groceries, eating out, which we have been not doing that as much, dog treats, dog toys, anything that isn't a bill or a saving or a debt payment would come from the shopping, not clothes and stuff like that. That shopping is anything that we would, a variable expense. Then we have $245 for sinking funds and then $1,500 for savings. I do have retirement on here because there are times in life where we are contributing more to retirement. This is not one of those times. So this is our budget. And you could see that all of that together is $6,493.57. And as you know, we like to keep, I could probably tweak it a hair, but we like to keep our spending, saving, our monthly budget around $6,500 each month. And that is because we know that that is the bare minimum amount of money that we are going to bring in each and every month. So that is why we are budgeting around $6,500. We'll probably earn more because I know right now I'm waiting on a payment from a brand right now, and we have other streams of income, so we may earn more, but this is what we are preparing to earn and spend. So that is going to be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.